Okay. So, good morning. This is a Pilates or a functional flow class. I just want to make sure I'm recording, which it looks like I am. I had some technical glitches last week. And we have a chair today, which is right here. And I have two different options for bands. My chair doesn't have a back on it. If yours does, that's fine. That's just the way my chair is. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to send the link for just quickly to okay, one second. Just give me 1 or 2 minutes here. I just want to make sure that this other person can get in real quick. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yep. Okay. All right. So you can get in now. Okay, let's get started. Okie dokes. Okay, so on the chair. On the chair. As always, I say this every time. As always, if something doesn't feel right, please leave it out. Do something else. Or please call or email me for some modification. Some of you are so great about always asking and following up in that way. And I absolutely love that. Okay. So I'm just going to bring my chair. I'm going to bring my chair to the side. You can sit on yours however you want. And I'm going to have a seat right on the edge. And I'm going to grab the lighter of the two bands here. Just toss the other one to the side for now. I like to encourage those of you that sit and do desk work a lot to keep your band right on the back of your chair, because these are such great exercises to unlock that stuff that gets tight chronically. I keep mine on the back of my chair all the time. So I try to practice what I preach. All right, so sit up nice and tall. I've got my feet facing straight ahead, arms straight ahead as well. And we're just going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And as we bring the arms up, it's almost like I'm shifting my pelvis forward and lifting my chest. I'm not coming into an arched back, but it feels longer than it just did a second ago. And then I'm going to bring my arms all the way down, but I'm going to keep my spine as tall as I can. And then back up again. Okay, so this is a nice moment to just wake up the shoulders. I'm not pressing out into the band at this moment. I'm just keeping it as wide as it is without adding almost any resistance at all. There may be a teeny bit there, okay? So this is kind of just a little bit of an easy warm-up. How about inhale up and exhale down? We'll do this about 4 or 5 more times. If something feels extra good, you're welcome to pause there for a minute and take a breath. I do like inhale on the way up and exhale down. One more here. And then I'm just going to rest my arms down, rest my hands down for a moment, and then I'm going to bring my head from side to side. So you can't see this as well, but I'm just bringing right ear to right shoulder and then left ear to left shoulder, keeping my shoulders centered. Nice deep breaths. Cool thing is when we're sitting down, you can close your eyes if you want to. I don't really like to encourage closed eyes when we're standing because you never know. Okay, one more each way. And then we'll come back to the center. And now we're going to add a little bit of resistance. So arms straight ahead, reach wide, push the hands back, and almost lift the chest into the band. And then return. And reach wide. Okay, so one of the things I really like about this, again, for those of you that sit a bunch in your desk, it really just immediately encourages that posture that we lose when we've been sitting at a desk for a while. Or sitting anywhere for a while. So encourage the spine to feel nice and lifted. The crown of the head is reaching up. Arms reach really, really wide. Peek at your wrists for a minute, by the way, you guys. When you reach out wide, make sure that your wrists aren't doing that, but you're keeping them nice and long, just so, because that's an opportunity to strengthen the wrists as well. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1 more time. And then come all the way back in. I'm just going to rest my hands right on my thighs. And now I'm going to pull my chin in towards my throat and just let the upper spine round forward a little bit. And then lift the chest, stick the chin out towards the ceiling, and get that sort of stretch through the front of the neck. And then chin in, round forward. Chin up. Lift the chest and the chin. Be gentle here. Round forward. Make sure you're breathing. And up. Last one. And then return, okay? Shoulders are relaxed again. We're going to come out where we were just a minute ago. Knuckles maybe a little bit wider than the shoulders, and we're going to add a little bit of rotation here. You're keeping your hips still, of course, because you're seated. And I'm going to rotate left and right. Okay? And that's the other thing that I really like. We are forced to work into the thoracic and probably the lumbar spine as well. This is where I am personally the tightest. So this is probably a very valuable exercise for me. Mobility in the thoracic spine is really, really useful. Okay, so this is such a nice little stretch and just an opportunity to move those discs around. Please listen to your body and your discs if you have any issues there. Breathe. 1 more each way. Such a simple move this is, but really this is so valuable for so many people. And then come back to the center and just rest your arms down. Okay, so you stay how you are. I'm just going to change my chair so you can see what I'm doing now. I'm going to just take this band, put it here for a moment. I'm not going to use it for this next part. My feet are going to go a little bit wider. I'd like the toes out just a little bit. I'm going to take my right forearm and put it on my right thigh and then stretch over with the left arm. Pull your chin in just a little bit. Stay grounded with your feet and your sits bones into the chair. Okay, so I'm not lifting my left tushy off. And then I'm going to switch, come back to center, and then switch to the left forearm and stretch over with the right. Notice if one side feels different than the other. Sit down into both tushies. Okay, and then come back to the center. We'll go 1 more each way. Right forearm down. Pull your chin in just a little bit. Extend that left arm. Breathe. And then center. And then other side. Left forearm down. Right arm up. Open up those ribs a little bit. And then come back to the center. And then sit nice and tall. So now I'm going to bring my knees and my feet together. Knees and feet together. You'll adjust yourself if you need to. I think it's pretty intuitive. Get your feet underneath your knees and then almost squeeze the knees and the ankles together just so you have a nice foundation of having the legs together. And then we're going to move a little bit through the legs. Push down through your right foot. Extend the left leg out, but keep your knees together. And then put the left foot down. And then extend the right leg out, but keep the knees together. And then put the right foot down. left leg out, knees together, and then come down. Maybe here, right leg out, keep the knees together. The reason why I'm asking you to keep your knees together is just so we include the muscles in the inner thighs, the one that go into the pelvis. Take a nice deep breath here. We're just gonna do 2 more. Extend the left. I have my foot flexed, by the way, when I stretch it out, so it's a calf stretch as well. And then 1 more each way. And then other side. And then come on back again, good. You can bring your arms down for a moment, just roll the shoulders. We're gonna use the band again. Right out here, okay? So this is a little bit of a seated footwork, as if we were on the reformer. I'm going to turn out a little bit. As you can see, my toes just turned out. My feet are in a little bit of a V position. My knees just opened up a little bit. And I'm gonna bring my arms out nice and wide. This is gonna be like a 2-for-1 deal. As you reach your arms out, the heels come up, but the heels stay together. Arms back in, heels up, arms back in. It's very easy to not focus on the lift in the spine and to kind of leave out the support in the waist. This is like a similar feeling that I would have as if I was on my chair, the piece of Pilates equipment that's called the chair, Wunda chair or an exo chair. Okay, there's a lot of energy in the legs, there's a lot of energy in the spine. All right, so we're really focusing on the posture as we do this little movement, and you're using all 10 toes. We're doing 3 more here. P.S. You don't need this band. You can use small weights, you can leave it out entirely. 2 more here. 1 more. And then come back in, lower the arms. Let's flip the palms. Palms up. Hold on and reach your thumbs out east and west. Bring your feet and your knees back together. Let's do the arm movement first. Thumbs reach back, chest opens. If you have too much resistance here, you're really not going to be able to get that really good like shoulder blades sliding together feeling, okay? So be careful how much you're loading up here. And then we're going to do some foot stuff here. As you reach your thumbs back, lift your toes up. When you come in, then toes down, lift the heels up. Come in, heels down, toes up. See if you can lift all 10. And then toes down, heels up. Spine is lifted. Heels down, toes up. Chest is lifted. Toes down, heels up. Knees are together. Oh my gosh, I'm so picky. Toes up. Knees are together. Toes down, heels up. 1 more each way. Heels down. Toes up. Toes down, heels up. Come all the way in. That works. That band really works. Put the band back here for a moment. We don't need it. Knees together again. Arms will come back out. If you adjusted things, adjust back. We're doing our rocket kicks again. This time with a pointed foot. Squeeze the knees. So for me, when I stretch out one of these legs, I actually feel some pressure in my low back. It's not alarming for me. It's because the hamstring is tight. So those of you with tight hamstrings, I think it's very common when you extend a leg, you're gonna feel like a pull into the low back. So that's normal. That's normal. If you need to bring your leg down a little bit rather than keeping the knees together, that's okay. But try to keep that leg squeeze feeling, okay? We're gonna do 3 more sets. And 3, lift the chest. 2, and 2, 1, and 1. Yes. And then come on down. Widen your feet. The band is just going to come off to the side here. Feet are going to go wider than your own shoulders. And we're going to try a little forward flexion with the spine. Adjust yourself on the chair if you need to. I'm going to bring my arms straight out. I'm going to bring my chin toward my chest. And I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to come all the way to the ground. And if you can't, then you're not doing that. I can come all the way down with my palms down. This is a huge stretch for me. I'm going to carefully come back up, rolling up through the spine and sitting nice and tall. We're going to do that one more time. Just adjust your range of motion if going all the way down isn't right for you. Sit tall at the top and then roll forward. Imagine this is kind of like a seated roll up. And then here is that big stretch. And then you can come back slowly, rolling up all the way through, okay? Keep your arms up, bring your legs together one more time. And before we shift from being seated, let's do a twist. I'm gonna go to the right, exhale, right. Yeah, and again, the chair and being seated, you can go left. It's gonna keep you from probably twisting as deeply as you would when you're standing. And that's just because the chair is keeping your lower spine and your hips perfectly still, which forces you to twist into your thoracic spine, which I think is very helpful. Let's go each way one more time. Exhale. Look at your back hand. And then last one. And we return and then come all the way back, okay? So I'm just gonna put the band on the back of my chair for now. We're gonna practice getting up and sitting back down again. I'm just gonna stay facing you guys. Bring your feet under your knees. You'll adjust them as you need to. My feet are about as wide as the legs of the chair, and they're also as wide or slightly wider than my own hips, okay? So we're gonna bring the arms out, extend energetically through the fingertips, and we're gonna shift our weight into the feet and come all the way up and stand tall. And then we'll go all the way back down, sending the hips back and then returning. And we'll find a little bit of a flow here. And returning. Just keep breathing here. Arms, I think, are useful on the way up. Reaching forward gives a little energy, and then reaching forward as you go back down gives a little energy. If you don't like the way this feels, you can do it in another way. There's definitely probably 80 ways to do it. Start to turn your attention to your feet. Moving through the whole foot, but especially the back, the heel. When you push yourself up, use your heel and stand tall. And then sit back. You should feel your weight in your whole foot, but especially your heels. And again, just to bring it back to me, I feel some tension in my low back here. One thing you can do if you're feeling that and it doesn't feel okay, you can reduce your range of motion. Maybe you're not going all the way down. Maybe going all the way down isn't right for you, okay? I think for most of you it's okay. The other thing you can do is adjust your feet. Go more narrow, go wider. Sometimes that's hugely helpful. For me, actually bringing my feet a little bit more narrow takes away that tension. Okay, so move around. Be curious about how it can feel different if it doesn't feel great, or at least okay. And back. The other thing we can, for the next few here, focus on your knees a little. Make sure your knees are tracking with your feet and not coming in or out too wide or too narrow. Last two. We're kind of like robots here. Let's do one more. One more for fun. And all the way down. Good. Before we come up to stand, a quick little head circle. All the way around. And we'll go back in the other direction. It's kind of like a half circle. Feels nice. Come back to center. Come on up to stand. Use your heels. Let's come up to stand. Nice and tall. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my chair so I can face it. We're going to use it. I'm going to bring my hands to the chair. Those of you with a chair that has a back, if this doesn't feel right, you turn your chair the other way and use the upper part of the chair, okay? I'm gonna stay lower here, and I'm just gonna bring my hands nice and flat where my tush just was, and I'm gonna step my feet way back. And take this stretch, head down, shift your hips right and left, and right and left. Try and let the neck remain long. This is probably a nice stretch through the shoulders for some of you. Adjust your hands, make them wider or more narrow if you need to. One more each way. And then come back to the center. Lift up through your spine a bit. So your head is kind of right in between your arms. And let's heel, toe, our feet back together. And we're gonna shift our weight forward. So it is like a modified plank, okay? For those of you that have a folding chair, please be careful. You have very nice faces. I certainly wouldn't want this to end badly. So I have my weight over my wrists here. My heels are going to lift and lower. Ooh, that's a big stretch. Lift. It's also increasing the resistance and the weight that I have in my wrists. Lift and lower. Use your abdominals here. Keep your abdominals pulled in. Shift forward. Try not to let your hips fall down towards the chair. Very easy to be like droopy like this. I'm staying back here, so I'm connected to my abdominals the whole time. Let's do 2 more here. Lift and go back again one more time. Lift and go back again. Keep your right foot where it is. Step your left foot forward. Adjust your feet so your feet are hip distant apart and not too narrow here, okay? So bringing your back heel towards the floor may be a giant and terrible stretch for some of you. Just stay a little bit lifted if you need to, or adjust how far you are. Come to your fingertips. Here, come to your fingertips. Make sure your left knee is over your left foot. Fingertips to the chair. Fingertips to the ceiling. Here's a balance. A little bit of balance work. Fingertips to the chair. Fingertips to the ceiling. Adjust the width of your feet if you're very wobbly right now. Going a little bit wider with the feet is going to give you a wider foundation to support this movement. Up and back down. 3 more here. Up and back down. 2 more. Up and back down. 1 more time. Up and back down. The next time you bring your arms up, instead of going to the ceiling, go wide like you're an airplane. Back heel. Down and up. Energy through that back tushy. Down, back leg is straight. Up, or as straight as you can get it. Down. Up. Last time. Down. And up. Good. We're bringing our hands back to the chair all the way. Palms down. I'm stepping my right foot forward and my left foot back. The more space you have between your feet, the more intense this whole series will be, okay? So move your feet until you find the place you want to be. So I'm coming here first. Back foot is towards the ground, the best that you can get it. Come to your fingertips. Get your right knee over your right foot. And then reach up and down. And up. Energy through both legs. And down. And up. And down. 2 more. Really lift through the spine. And down. Last one. Now we're going to bring the arms out to that airplane shape. Shoulders down. Belly button is pulled in a bit. Back heel. And down. Take your time here. So much of this is about strength and mobility all at the same time. You're breathing. Try to get those shoulders to come away from the ears along the way. 4 more. Lift and lower. 3 more. Lift the back heel, lower it down. Last 2. Lift and lower. 1 more time. Lift and lower. Return to the chair with both hands. Step your left foot forward. Step both of your feet kind of underneath your hips, let's say, and then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Walk your feet so they're not too wide from one another. I just have maybe 2 or 3 inches in between my feet. I'm going to soften the knees a little bit. I'm going to bring the right leg back. Right leg back nice and straight. Back leg lifts and lowers. Lifts. Along the way, can you come to perhaps your fingertips so we can work the muscles through the spine? Being down in your hands is totally fine. Using your hands less is going to make this whole movement more intense, okay? So change it as you need to. And just a reminder, if being down with your hands on the seat of the chair is too intense, come to the back of the chair. That's a nice way to take it down a notch. Last 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Right leg comes back down but stays right there. Bring your right hand to the chair and your left arm out to the side. My right hand is right under my shoulder. I'm going to lift the right leg back up, hold here for a moment. The right leg and the left arm move together. Down, up, down. This is a sneaky little exercise. 3 more. You breathe. 2 more. 1 more time. Bring the left arm down, bring the right arm down. Let's for a moment come up to stand. All the way up. Isn't this exciting? Take a nice deep breath. And we go back. We go back. Okay, so now left leg goes back. Spine is long. Lift, lower, lift. P.S. This is hard for me, but when I lift the leg, I'm trying to not like lift the entire pelvis to open it. I'm trying to keep my left hip kind of looking down at the ground, okay? It's not wrong to do it the other way, but that's just not what's happening here. 5 more just like this. And P.S. yes, coming to the fingertips. Lessening how much you're using your arms is going to force you to use your core and your back. A little bit more. 2 more. Notice if one side is more challenging than the other. 1 more for good luck. And down. I'm going to bring my left hand down under my left shoulder. Right arm out to the side, like half of an airplane. Left leg comes up. Just hold here for a moment. My right knee is soft. The arm and the leg move at the same time. Down. Up. Lengthen your spine. See that length from the crown of the head to the tailbone here. Don't put too much weight into that left hand, you guys. Shift it into your leg instead. I know that's not easy for those of you with tight legs. I'm sorry. I'm sending love to your leg right now. I know it's actually really hard. 1 more. And down. Let's step that left leg in. Let's soften our knees and roll up to stand. That was sneaky, is what I would call it. Okay, we're going to turn to the side. Okay, so this is a little side body work. Some of you won't mind bringing your hand down to the chair. This may be a little too far for me. I'm going to see how it feels. You're going to step away a little bit, and we're going to bring the outside. For me, this is my left leg, and this is my right arm. I'm going to kind of turn, almost like I'm going to do this side kick work that we do on our side when you bring your leg out, okay? So let's do this, I think. I think this is a nice. So this is a pretty intense position, again, for some of you that have really tight legs. Try and just be here for a minute. Lengthen that left leg. Push down through the right. Reach up through the top hand. Push down through the bottom. Head back a little bit. Breathe. Just hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Draw the abdominals in, please. And then return. And then come down. I'm just going to turn around and do the other side right away. Okay? So we're standing tall. You figure out how far away you need to be based on the length of your arm and your leg. I kind of lift the leg and bring the hand down at the same time. I'm going to bring this top arm up. Yeah, so one side absolutely feels different than the other for me. And I'm breathing. I'm lengthening out through the right leg, reaching up through the right arm, lengthening through the neck, shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Belly button is in. And we return. And we come down. This is really good for those outer hips. I hope you feel that. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to try each side one more time and just make it a little bit fancier because it's Easter Monday. Okay, so let's bring the right hand down and the left arm up again. P.S. You can do this too with your hand if you like that, or this, or this. This is actually kind of feels good too. Hand behind the head. You decide. Left leg. Fancy little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the belly in. Return. Arms down. Told you. Let's go the other way. Fancy. Stand tall to begin. Left hand to the chair, right leg comes out. You bring your hand wherever you want. This top arm, I mean. Make sure that your shoulder is right over your left wrist, by the way, or the best you can do. Little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly button is in. Return. Come all the way down. Ooh, take a nice deep breath here. Let's bring the feet closer together. Let's bring the heels together, actually. You can either do parallel or Pilates V, whichever one feels better for your legs. I'm going to bring my hands to my hips. Push down through both feet. Belly button is in. Relax your shoulders. Lift the heels. And then lower back down. Take your time here. Use all the toes. 4 more. And back down. 3 more. And back down. Last 2. And 1 more time. And lower down. Okay? We're going to come back to facing the chair. We're going to do a little bit more of hands down, one leg work at a time. And one more time, I'll say it one more time. If you don't like keeping your hands on this part of the chair, turn your chair around and use the back. Okay? That's totally fine. Hands to wherever. Hands under your shoulders if you're in this position like I am. Soften the knees a whole bunch if your hamstrings are tight. I'm going to walk my feet together for this. Draw the abdominals in. Let's just first wake up the spine. Let's create a little bit more awareness here. First, round through the spine, head down. Curl your bottom under you a little. And then arch and find that nice shoulders away from the ears feeling along the way. 2 more sets. Find your abdominal connection along the way. 1 more each way. Okay, so we are going to now find neutral, the place in the middle that is supported by the abdominals. So see if you can pull your ribs and your belly button in a little bit. Back with this right leg. The right leg is going to come up again. I'm going to point the foot, draw the abdominals in. I'm going to bring the right leg out to the right and over to the left, like it's a big windshield wiper. All the way over to each side. Along the way, it's really the left leg that's actually doing most of the work here, just kind of keeping you stable. Try not to use your arms, even though of course you're using them a ton. The less weight you put into your hands, the more work you're doing through your core and through your spine. So you can come to your fingertips here. And guess what? If you're feeling saucy, you can bring your arms straight out to the sides. And this becomes a very intense exercise. I'm keeping my fingertips down. And I'm doing 2 more here. And over, 1 more each way. And over, and I'm going to step right in with that right foot and going right over to the left. Draw the abdominals in a little bit. Again, use as little of your hands as you can. You're lifting, we're coming over to the right and out to the left, like a big windshield wiper. Side to side. Over and breathing. Check in with the neck and the shoulders here. Last 4 and 4. 3 and 3. 2, 2, 1 and 1. Step back in. Sneaky little exercise. Go back to the right. Go back to the right. Come to the fingertips if you can. Lift up. Bend your knee. Straighten back out. When I bend, I flex the foot. Bend and flex. Point and reach. Bend and flex. This is fine too. Just a reminder, arms to the sides is great. Bend and flex. Point and reach. 3 more. 3. Reach. 2. Reach. 1. Reach, step in. Just take a break. We got the other leg to do. Side 2, soften the knees, return to the chair. Left leg out. Belly is in. Flex, heel to tush. Extend toe to the ground. Flex. Arms wide is fine here. Good to notice if one side feels different from the other. Just meet the needs of that side and take a note. Oh, that side's a little weaker than the other side. Ooh, it feels so much easier on this side. It's really just good to notice that stuff. Last 3. 2 more. 1 more. Come back in. All the way up to stand. Shoulders roll. Okay. We're going to come back one more time into that like modified plank position. All right. Jazz hands, wrist rolls. Hands down. You can also hold on to the sides of your chair. Like my chair is a little bit squishy. It's not too squishy. Those of you with a squishier chair, this would probably be less comfortable. So just adjust as you need to. And also please be careful. Okay. Legs back. So for me, I'm trying to bring my shoulders right over my wrists. I'm trying to keep my fingertips forward and my elbows back. Very easy to fall down with your hips. That just shows me that you're not using your abdominals. So pick it up. I don't care if your hips are higher than your shoulders, as long as you're connected to your belly. Hold here. We're bending the elbows back towards the ribs just a little bit. Pushing away. 5 more. Just leave out the push-up if you don't like it. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Step the feet forward. Soften your knees. Roll up. Arms forward. Stand tall. And then bring the arms by your sides. A little chest expansion stretch here. Push back through the fingers as you lift your chest. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Hook your thumbs behind your tush, reach the fingertips down, and just give the arms a little bit of stretch. If this is too intense, grab your band and hold the band back here to alleviate the fact that your shoulders are tight and you can barely get your thumbs together, okay? Use the band. Take a breath. And then come back by your sides, okay? We are gonna come down to the floor here. I'm gonna grab my mat because it just feels a little bit more comfortable to lie on. I'm gonna bring my mat right up to the edge of my chair. Actually, I'm probably just gonna put the chair right on my mat here so it will keep it down. And it kind of wants to roll up. Okay? A little bit crooked. That's okay. So we're going to be lying on our backs and we're going to rest the feet, the legs right up there. I'm just going to take a very quick sip of water. Okay, so come down onto your backs here, however you need to. One nice way to get down here is just to roll through the spine, scooch forward, and bring the legs up. Not for everyone, but for a lot of people, this can be a very pain relieving position for the lumbar spine. So if you ever have any tightness and you want a little bit relief, as you can see, my legs are fully supported by the chair, right? Like the backs of my legs are right up. I'm not doing any work to be here. This can be a very nice, releasey place to be, okay? So we're gonna do a lot of our stomach series here, and we're gonna be using the chair a little bit more. We're gonna be using the chair for support, but that does not mean that we're gonna be doing less work. I kind of like just using these tools just to see what it's like. I'm going to bring my hands behind my head, interlace my fingers behind the back of the skull. Elbows are going to come up into my periphery vision just a little bit. Shoulders are in that good place. Check in with your abdominals. Let's take a nice deep breath before we go anywhere. Inhale into the belly. And exhale. And with the next exhale, we're going to curl up. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's repeat here about 3 or 4 more of these. Try to keep your neck long. Last one here. And then come all the way down. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to bring my left leg in towards me, and I'm going to hold on to this leg and give it a big old stretch. I have my left hand pulling down towards my ankle, and my right hand across my shin towards my knee. This helps me to keep my legs central instead of bringing the knee out towards the armpit, all right? So left hand is towards the ankle, right hand is towards the knee. Pull your knee central and you'll feel that stretch in the inner thigh as well, or at least I do. We're gonna put the leg back and try this with the opposite leg. Left hand is close to the left knee and the right hand is close to the ankle. This hand position helps you to keep your leg central towards your belly button or your chest. This is a deeper stretch for me. If you feel like you're too close to your chair, just scooch away, okay? Neck is nice and long. We're gonna put that leg back, come back to the first leg. Hold here, wide elbows. Take a nice deep breath. Push your hands into your shin and your shin gently into your hands. Exhale, chin to your throat, curl forward. Inhale down. Just 2 more like that. Keep your knees central. 1 more. Replace your head down, switch your legs. We'll do it with this other leg. Good to notice if one side feels a lot different from the other. It does for me. Take a nice deep breath. 3 more. Knee is central. Knee is like in line with my, I don't know, my center. My chin. It's almost in line with my shin. 1 more. Okay, for the next part, you can either keep your head up or put it down, whatever is just right for you. I'm going to curl up here and switch my legs. And I'm just going to keep my leg resting on the chair, but I'm going to extend that opposite leg. Each time you pull in, it is a stretch. 3 more. And 3. 2. 2. 1. And 1. Bend the knees, rest your feet, relax your head. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale. I'm resting my feet on the edge of my chair. You'll adjust if you need to. I'm going to bring both of my hands to my shins. Push your hands into your shins and your shins gently into your hands. Wide elbows, curl up. Hold here. Inhale, arms forward, legs forward. Come back. Please just breathe however you want to, actually. Make sure that the breath pattern intertwines nicely for you with the movement. And put your head down if you need to. I actually like exhale as I reach out. 2 more. Last one. Come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. Left leg is going to reach up. Just rest your right foot down for a sec. Hold on wherever you need to with your hands. Point, flex. This is a deep stretch. Point, flex. 1 more. Good. Hold here. Circle around and go the other way. Around and go the other way. 1 more each way. And go the other way. Switch legs. Point, flex. Point, flex. 1 more each way. Circle around and go the other way. Around, go the other way. 1 more each way. And now we're going to keep this leg up. I'm curling my head, neck, and shoulders up. I'm grabbing the leg higher than I normally do. And I'm switching. And switching. If you want to do the exercise the way we normally do with big scissor legs, that's great. If you're like, ooh, I really like this bend thing, it's easier for me. Okay, so that's cool. You can modify and do it that way. 2 more. 1 more each way. All the way down. Inhale, exhale. Arms right by your sides. Legs can extend and just rest on the chair. Hold here. Belly button pulls in. Bring the right leg up to the ceiling. If you need to soften your knee because your legs are tight, that's fine. Bring the left leg up to the ceiling. Let's bring the heels together. Lower the legs and lift them back up. Maybe you're tapping your chair with the backs of the legs. Maybe you're not because that doesn't feel right. Both of those options are great. 5 more. 4. 3. 2. And come all the way down. Last part, you guys. Crisscross, hands behind the head. As you can see, I just have my feet right here on the edge of the chair. I just keep using the chair in a way that feels kind of intuitive. I hope you're doing the same. Curl forward. Rotate and bring your right elbow in towards your left knee and switch and switch. If you want to do the real exercise where one leg is extending over, you may. I kind of like this modified. Oh, this is a good way to do it. Yeah. You can keep one foot on the chair at a time. 3 more. 2 more. Last set. Come all the way down. Okay, I am separating my feet so I can push myself away from the chair a little bit. I am going to keep my feet on the inside of the legs of the chair. So this is just giving me a little bit of structure to use. Heels right inside the legs of the chair, pushing down. Arms by your sides. Exhale, hips up. Inhale down. Inhale down. 5 more. And 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1 more time. All the way down. Okay, I'm going to use my feet to just push the chair away a little bit. And I'm going to do my favorite stretch here. Knees to one side, arms nice and wide. Cactus arms if you want to increase your chest stretch. And breathe. And then we're going to make our way over with our knees to the other side. One more deep breath. And then I'm going to roll back onto my side and push myself up to sit. And then we can come on up to stand. I think I'm going to come up through a down dog here. And then I'm going to walk my hands back towards my feet. And roll up through the spine. And stand tall at the top. Nice and tall. Good. One more thing here. Grab your band, please. One more time. A little dizzy there, but I'm okay. Okay, grab your band. So we're standing up here. I'm going to keep my feet together. You can do parallel or Pilates V, whichever one you like. Hold on to your bands so you don't have any resistance just yet, but your hands are quite close. Maybe just like another hand's distance between your hands. Keep your knuckles forward and your shoulders down. Reach forward through the left knuckles as you pull your right elbow back. And then look back at your right elbow. And then return. Reach forward through your left knuckles. Reach back with your opposite elbow. And return. And return. And return. Make sure you're really pulling back through the elbow here and not just the hand. A lot of people, when they're pulling back, they end up like pushing back through the hand. Make it more about the elbow. One more each way. Another side. And then come on back. Separate your hands a little bit more. Come down a little bit. Press out just a little bit. Hold here. Shoulders down. Little pulse out here. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, do it. And if you don't, keep them open. I want you to think about the muscles around the bottom of your shoulder blades here. Your lats. I really would love for you to pull your shoulder blades down each time you reach the knuckles out. I'm definitely feeling this in my shoulders, but I'm feeling this in my lats as well because I'm closing my eyes and really trying to concentrate there. 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. Ooh. Come all the way down. Roll the shoulders. Bring your hands out wider than your shoulders. This is a stretch. Come on up. Behind your head. Start behind your head first. Take a breath. I'm letting the band pull my hands back. Back up again. And down. We're going to do this again, but go a little bit lower this time. Inhale up. Maybe mid-back. Try to breathe into this. This is a very deep stretch. I'm letting the band pull my hands back. Take a breath. Back up again. All the way down. Last time. I'm going a little bit lower this time. Probably about mid-back. And I'm breathing. One more breath here. It's such a deep stretch. Come all the way up. Relax the arms. Put the band down. Let's do a roll down to end. Feet hip distant. Standing tall. Inhale, reach up. And then you can roll through the spine. Use your chair if you want to. Take a breath. And then we're going to soften the knees, push down through the feet, and slowly roll up. All the way. We did it, you guys. That felt good. Have a lovely day. Be kind to yourself. Bye.